So here we have Ruby trying to get a ball from Pip, which is dutifully ignoring her. It does wind Pip up a bit. That's enough. Now, this is more about not so much the recall, but seeing how, look, I've got this long 50-foot training line on Ruby so that I can do the odd recall along the way. I think she was just told by Pip there. She's actually doing the I'll wrap Pip up trick. People sort of stress a bit about the line too much. If the line is wrapped around the back leg on the dog, maybe more than once, so it is a complete envelopment of the leg, I would stop the dog just gently and then unravel it. But usually the line undoes itself, and other dogs, smaller and larger, will just sort of unravel it as they move on. Come on, come on. This way. Ruby. Now I'm going to stop that. So I stopped that by standing on the line because she was being too much. And she was leaping at Pip, sort of getting a bit mouthy. So just that blunt interruption is perfectly okay. Ugh. Don't rely necessarily on your dog, your other dog, telling your puppy or correcting the puppy. Ruby, this way. Good. That's where a bit of the recall comes in. Good girl. She's recalling here. She knows I've got chicken. Oh, sit. Ah. Good. So any jumping up for the food, bring the food away immediately and get the dog to sit, and once the dog's sitting, then you can feed it. Don't feed your dog in the sitting up position. We have a meh. Sit. Gently, gently. So once you start getting into the recall, you can also introduce what I call the this way command, which lots of owners will use naturally, instinctively. So in this instance, look, I don't want to do a formal recall, but I do want to do a this way. Ruby, this way. This way. Good. Good girl. Good. Good. So when I say this way, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's food coming in, but I just want her to follow me. And whilst the camera's rolling, as it were, I will do a more formal recall here once I got some distance. Don't worry if your dog is a bit sticky on you when you're using high value food like chicken. They will eventually, you know, find their own distance. Here we go. Ruby, come. Ruby. Good. Good. Sit. Not like gently. Wait for the sit, then feed. Remember, she's only 11 weeks. It's very easy to forget how young your puppy is. Sit. Good. Good. Now, because I've got a trio of recalling dogs, I will feed them all. It can be nice when you get a new puppy to, when you're introducing the recall to a pup, is that you are effectively revisiting these things with your older dogs, which can be a nice refresh. Come on. Now, the dogs have found a ball, which so I'm stepping on the line again here because she's being too much. So we'll also, when you have people moving around, we have a jogger here, standing on the line again because she's Pip does tell her, but maybe not as strongly as I would like. So it's a nice example there of the line. I was able to stand on it and stop my puppy from running up and jumping up at a jogger, or as we see over here, a young lad setting up football stuff. So if you can stop these things in the beginning, stop the habit before it forms, if that makes sense, then you've got some you've got behaviour in action, as it were. Ruby, come. Ruby. Ruby. Good. Sit. Good. Good. Oh, we seem to have a wire-haired visitor here. Sit. Gently. Gently. Oh, and a border terrier. Sit. Even old dogs need a bit of chicken. Good. Now, wait, wait, wait. Okay. Your dog really shouldn't be leaving you on a recall until you give the OK command, or off you go, whatever words work for you. Leave it. Leave it. No, leave it. Use the line, walk her away from these bits of football stuff. Come on. Come on. This way. Good girl. Yeah, dogs that come in, take the food, and then just shoot off again without really a pause or a adequate reward is not good enough. So wait, get the dog to wait and listen to you, and only release the dog when you say so. You can do a little recall, and for the first time Ruby will hear the whistle, which Max and Pip are used to hearing. When I call, Max will come. Pip's half deaf, so it will be a test actually on her, and I'm sure Ruby will come just out of sheer curiosity. So let's have a look. I'll wait until Ruby gets a decent distance. She's just behind me there, and now look at the lead on her back leg there. That's where I would stop her and bring it off. Just be careful when you do it. Come here. Hey, 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 hey. Steady. 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 Give me. Okay. Well, that's not stuck on her nose. She's actually holding it. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Wait. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Come on. Who's a good girl? Good girl. Good. I'm going to get Max in as well, because this is absolutely his thing. Oh, maybe little Pip didn't hear that one. What a good girl. Good girl. Sit. Wait. 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 Okay. Good girl. It's a good girl. Yes. Yes. Come on. Oh yeah. What I do with the recall whistle is to use 2 peeps or 2 blasts for this way. Okay. Try and give you a little demo. Good. Good girl. It's not a formal recall, so I'm not going to be making her sit and wait. Good. Good. We can change direction. Good. 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 Yeah. Yeah. It's good, isn't it? Where is she? There she is. Helps when you've got an older trained dog. But if the dog is following you, then that should be enough, and you've got the line to gently reinforce it if the dog is ignoring you. Try to sort of let the dog roam off in its own direction a bit, and then you can quietly turn and then issue another this way. Ribs! Come on! This way! Jogger, distracting. This way! Good! Good girl! Gonna feed for that actually. Sit. Because that was a recall with distraction. Just doing these things on the fly, literally seeing it occur as I'm walking the dogs today. Look around you before you cast the dogs off. Okay, good. So remember, this is about having a nicely trained pet dog, not a dog necessarily that's jumping through hoops of fire or doing anything to an extraordinary competition level. It's just a dog that comes back when you call it, stays with you, and that you feel you have control of. You good girl? Are you good? I think you are. I think you've been a good girl, haven't you? Ooh, she's getting a bit heavier. Just about hold her still, can't we? She still makes a good neck warmer.